Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? You can give a thumbs up and show it to me. Okay, good. You cannot unmute yourself right now. Okay, so very good evening to all of you and a very happy new year. Okay, to all of you. All right, so we are going to have Global Junior Math Aptitude Test, GJMAT, tomorrow. Right, so this meeting is regarding that. Can I have everybody's cameras on, please? Can I see everyone? Okay. All right. Aditya, Ayantika, please, video on. Yeah. Good. Chirantan, would appreciate if you keep your camera on. Okay, so in this session, I'll be taking you through the email and also we'll do the mock test and everything. So you just get familiar with the interface. In the email, we have sent you a mock test link also. So I would recommend that you take the mock test, even if you're in a higher grade and the paper is very easy. It's a basic grade 1 paper. Okay, sample paper with some 7-8 questions. I would request all of you to get familiarized with the website, on the exam portal, so that you know how to navigate on that website. Okay, so the way we will do this session is that I will take you through the email and all the attachments which I had sent across. Okay, please make a mental note or note down your questions. And at the end of the session, I'll allow all of you to unmute yourself, and one by one, I'll unmute you and then I'll take the questions. Fair enough? All right, good. So some of you might have given CMO X today. I don't know. Some of you must have taken it. How did it go for all of you? Good. Okay. Well, just let's wait for another 3 minutes for people to join in. We'll start sharp at 7:05. Okay. We give that 5 minutes, buffer to everybody to join in. I don't think many will join after this, but still. All right. I also have Vidit, who has joined us just now. You might see him on the screen. Okay. Vidit is from Desprin, who is the online exam platform service provider. So the exam is going to be on Exam Online. Some of you might be familiar with this platform if you've taken WMI or PIMSO or AIMO trials this year. Okay. So this platform is very user-friendly. And if you go through the mock test also, you'll find that it is very user-friendly. Okay, so we'll just start with this in the next couple of minutes. We are waiting for some more people. I would appreciate if most of you can keep your cameras on, please. Chirantan, Elkan, Yuvan, so that I can make out if you are there or not. So it always helps. Okay. Another 1 minute to go, and then we'll start the session. Yeah, so now we'll start the session. Okay, so first of all, right, can you all see the email on the screen? Can you give a thumbs up? Can you see the email? All right. Good. So the email is a very detailed email. However, I'll just take you through the important parts. Okay, so first of all, this examination, Global Junior Math Olympiad, is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is 16th of January, Sunday. Correct? Okay. Okay. What time do you take the exam? These four time slots are given. Okay. You can either give it from 10 to 10:30. You can start the exam. Okay. You can, the moment you log in and do all the process, you can just start the exam. Okay. So we will accept people who join between 10 and 10:30 in the slot 1. Okay. However, if you do not want that slot, you can go for a 12 to 12:30 sign-in slot, or a 2:30 to 3 p.m. or a 4:30 to 5 p.m. These are the 4 time slots. Okay. You can take only in one of them. Do not think that you can appear in all 4. Okay. It is only to be taken only once. It is just a flexibility option for you, so that in case you are busy in the morning or you have any other exam, you can take the exam in accordingly. Okay. Is that very clear? Okay. The exam platform will ask access the moment you sign in and you start the exam. It will ask access to your camera, to your microphone. It will come as a pop-up. So first of all, make sure that your pop-up blocker is off on the system, on the browser. Okay. Secondly, so it will come as a pop-up and it will say, give access to exam online for the camera, and you have to allow. You have to click on allow. So you need not log into a separate Zoom or any other Google Meet or Microsoft Teams or anything. The exam platform itself will trigger a camera and microphone and your location. It also captures your screen also. So the proctors can anytime also check what you are seeing on the screen. All right. This is just before the authorization, at the time of authorization. Okay. Okay. Now we go down. These are your registration details. So please check your email, check the name is correct or not. Sometimes at the time of registration, you might make a mistake in spellings or of your name or something. Check your name, check your grade level, check the school name, check your date of birth, which you provided at the time of registration. And then there is a roll number. The roll number is given by us, so you need not worry about that. Okay, and that the roll number is same as the username. Now this link which you see here, okay, this link which you see here, okay, can you see the annotation which I did just now? Okay, this is the link. Okay, 1 second. Huh? How do I take it off? Okay, let me rub it off. Okay. This link which you see is the exam platform online link. When you click on this or you copy paste this in your browser, okay, it will open a new window on the exam portal. This is the exam portal link. Okay, and then we'll see. Then you'll find that there's a username field at the very beginning, okay, which you will get. Here it is. This is the general template. So this is not your username. Your username will be showing in your email. Okay, this is the generic draft email. So do not put username by looking at this call, okay, as your username. Okay, this is a template. When you put a curly bracket, it picks up from an Excel sheet automatically the data which is there. Okay, this is for doing a mail merge. Some of you might be familiar with this. Okay, now let's look at this, the next one. Oops. All right, then you'll see a password in your email, okay, which is again a alphanumeric one. It is a case sensitive password. So both username and password are case sensitives. You need to copy them carefully without any space on the left or right, okay, and paste it over there, or you can type it in also. So you can note it down on a piece of paper and then do it. After you log in, you will see an exam name which is assigned to you, which is as per your grade. So you'll see a grade 1, grade 2, whatever the exam name is. Just make sure that it is as per your grade. Okay. After you have done all that, okay, then you'll be asked for certain access. Okay, the pop-up. Then you'll see a button over there, and I'll take you through that. So let me take you through that later on. Okay. Some of the compatibility or systems requirement, okay, it has to be taken on a Google Chrome on Windows laptop or desktop. Macintosh or Apple products will not work, and I would not recommend, because they normally have very high security protocols, so they might block the camera. Apple device or a Mac device might block the camera access and all that. Okay, so do not use an Apple device. Try to use a Windows device. Okay, with a laptop or a desktop. Okay, it does work on Android also, but I would not recommend Android unless and until you have a large tablet with a camera. Okay, so because it's not very convenient to navigate on a tablet and see the entire question and all that. A decent 14-inch or at least a 13-inch screen of a laptop would be good in that case. Okay, you can use this link to set up and give access to your camera and microphone in advance also. This one also has a generic mock test. Okay, so you can set it up tonight itself, because in that case, at the time of exam, it would not ask you again. Okay, once it is already, the access is given on a device, it would not ask for the access on the same device. This link you can use. This is for just to check your system compatibility and the access to camera and microphone and all that. Okay, then we look at the mock test. So the mock test, we will do it right now also together. So I'll take you through that. This is the GJMAT mock test. Okay, but this one does not ask, this one also right now I've just asked my exam portal provider to try and give the access for this also, so that we can see the entire process of how to set up and all those things. Okay, but this is not for setting up your this thing, but it will and it might not, when you try it later on this mock test, you might not do the entire authorization process over there. Okay, because I've kept it off purposely, because for a mock test, what is the point of doing the authorization? But right now, for temporarily, I've just got it on so that you get a feeling of the entire authorization process. Okay, but you should take the mock test just to get used to the interface. Okay, the Zoom call which we are already on, so let's skip that stage. Okay, now what do you need to keep handy with you is one is that definitely you need to have pen, pencil, paper. Okay, because you have to do the working with you on a pen and pencil and paper or notebook. Okay, you are not supposed, it's a multiple choice question exam anyways. You're just supposed to select the right answer after you've worked out a solution on a piece of paper or a copy. Okay, apart from that, I would recommend keep water with you. Ensure that you've gone to the washroom and all those things in advance. Okay, and what you need to do is that you need to keep your school ID card or any other photo ID card. In case you don't have anything, any photo ID card, in that case, at least drop in a mail as a courtesy later on after the exam. Because in the authorization process, it will ask you two things. It will ask you to click your picture first and then a picture of the photo ID card. So if you do not have a photo ID card, then just in that step also just click your own picture again. Okay, and then proceed with the authorization. The authorization or letting you in start the exam is completely with us. It's a manual process. So you might have to wait for 3-4 minutes to 5 minutes at times, because we'll be taking the students one by one in. So your screen will saying that your exam is going to begin, and we'll look at that screen also. Okay. Now, the second step is no help supposed to be taken from anyone by the participant. People who know me, last year I had disqualified few students for WMI and AMO trials after going through their videos. Okay. Even, because their scores were abnormally high. So make sure that you do not do anything. Although the proctors will warn you on chat in case they find your parents helping you out and all, especially for smaller children. I'm telling you, do not take any help. Parents also, please make note that do not. But your parent can help you at the time of logging in, and they can be around. I have no problem with the parent being around, but they should not be guiding, or they should be, trying to curb the temptation of even trying to help the child understand a question. Not a single word should be uttered. Okay. Parents can be around to help them only with technical issue and nothing to do with the question of the exam. No one is supposed to provide any sort of help, not even reading the question from the screen or explaining the question, not even reading the question. This is a serious competition and students must attempt the exam independently. Any kind of guidance, help in understanding or solving a question, no matter how trivial it might be, could lead to the disqualification of the student. Calculators or mobile devices or screen sharing, or any sort of calculating device or application is not allowed. Any kind of remote desktop or screen sharing is not allowed. Print screen or any sort of recording of the online exam is not allowed. Okay, students are not supposed to switch or toggle between screens. Do not just keep the email open and the exam platform link, exam platform window open. Okay. Between screens, windows or tabs during the exam, we also recommend that you switch off the notifications. So in your computer setting or your device setting, you can switch off the notifications there. Okay, so that it ensures that there's no pop-up or any notification coming, because that might get treated by the exam portal as a switching of screen, and therefore after a few warnings the exam might terminate, because switching of screen is very limited. Only 4 or 5 are there. Okay, so you should not be keeping it that way. Okay, so please also keep your notifications off using the settings of the device. The camera, audio, screen, and whatever other permission access are asked for the online exam portal must be given throughout the exam for online proctoring. Students can and also use rough notebooks or blank sheets for the rough work for arriving at the correct answer. We discussed this. Water break and washroom break can be taken only by informing the proctor by chat functionally on the system, and not more than 5 minutes. Okay, however, this should be avoided as the exam is only for 60 minutes. It's only a 1-hour exam. At the end of the exam, once it is submitted, please do not close the window till you see the confirmation of the submission on the screen, and then you can close the window. The submission might take some time, as it will show you that the session's recording is being saved, and we'll look at that screen. Once you see the confirmation, you can close the exam window. Do not close the exam window or the main portal window till the recording is saved and the system shows you the exam submission confirmation and prompts you to close the window tab. At your main login window of the exam portal, you will see that the status has changed to complete from start exam if you refresh the page or re-login. It is as good as a confirmation, and no need to send emails or WhatsApp to confirm if the submission is done. If it does not show as completed on the exam portal page, just refresh the page. Anyone found breaking any of these rules, but not limited to these only, and including any practice which is deemed unethical by us, will be disqualified from the exam. Okay, now the technical help during the exam. Please note that the exam portal is very good, and as long as you have decent internet connection and follow the on-screen instructions and have adhered to the technical specification, you would not require any help. If you get disconnected from the internet due to power failure or local internet outage, kindly arrange for a backup or reinstate it at the earliest, and the exam will resume from where you left, and the remaining time available will be there. So you'll have to, again, if you get disconnected, okay, just again re-log in, okay, to the portal, and you'll see the restart button is there or a resume button is there, and you can resume from there itself. If you accidentally close the exam window, then you will be able to log back in after 3 minutes only. However, avoid doing that. So do not accidentally close the window. Okay. Keep the notifications of your device off so that it does not trigger, the Windows tabs swapping instance count. This we already discussed. Accidental submissions. Okay. Accidental submissions of the exam are not permitted and won't be allowed to retake the exam. So do not submit the exam accidentally and say I submitted it, because it asks you first to confirm. Do you want to submit? I'll show you that screen also. And still, if you go ahead and so click on yes, I confirm, then you have done it purposely, on purpose, correct? So do not accidentally submit it. For any other technical issue like exam page not loading or taking too much time, first check your internet connection speed, as it is normally due to slow internet or patchy internet. However, if you still need help, then contact the technical help desk of our exam service provider discipline group at these 2 numbers. These 2 numbers are given there, and these 2, and also I've given a WhatsApp link, which is there. So please join this WhatsApp group also, so that you can report it by taking a picture or something. Okay, in case or a video that it's not loading or something like that. But do it on a separate device. Do not try to take screenshot of the same one from a mobile device. Just take a small video that it's not loading or something like that, although everything else, the internet seems to be fine. Okay, please do not call me unless the issue is not getting resolved. Don't call me saying that the line is busy or it is taking time to resolve the issue. See, if there are a couple of parents online, okay, on the help desk, so you need to be a little patient with that. I will be also contacting them over the phone, just like yourself. So students need to report technical issues to parents, who can then report using the numbers above and support it through by forwarding pictures or videos on WhatsApp if need be. Most technical issues in online exam happen due to internet connectivity bandwidth fluctuations or your own devices issues. Okay. And or due to compatibility or systems issues. So troubleshooting can take time, and hence we want you to do all checks using the mock test link which I had given above, the first mock test, not the GJMAT one, the other one. Okay, to check the compatibility test. Okay, And yeah, so that's about it mostly. Sometimes question page loading issues can get resolved by just moving to the next question and then coming back to it again. Okay. So because maybe the internet was patchy only that during that duration, so maybe the page did not load. Go to the next question, come back to the question again. You'll see that it might load again. Okay. All right. So the other things you can go through it. All those things are generic, and the preparation resources, and there are the sample papers links, and all those things are there on YouTube. Some of the solutions are also there, which we did over the weekends. So that's about it on the email. Okay. Now let me take you through the format of the exam and then the technical one part. So please make a note. Okay. So there are 25 questions in this exam, and as we discussed, there's 60 minutes to take the exam. 60 minutes is the duration. Online submission, the submit button will get activated only after 30 minutes. Only after 30 minutes. Okay, the first 30 minutes you would not be able to submit. The button will not work. Okay, so do not call me that I finished in 20 minutes, I'm not able to submit, it's not working. It will work only after you have 30 minutes left in the exam. So we want everybody to at least be there in the exam till 30 minutes. You can keep trying. Now the format of the question, 25 questions, question number 1 to 10, it has 2 marks each. It's on conceptual understanding. So basic concepts related questions will be there, but it will check your depth of understanding of concepts. Okay, it won't be very simple question. It will be still a little tricky question, but it'll be based on purely on concept knowledge. Will be linked to a particular concept. Question 11 to 20 will be application ability, which will be typically word problems. Word problems related to concepts, again, could be a little difficult. Okay, won't be very simple, straightforward procedural problems, but could be a little challenging. These are 4 marks each. And 21 to 25 are problem solving questions where it will require really critical thinking and higher order thinking skills, trying out different strategies. These are 8 marks each. Okay, so that's 2 into 10 is 20, 4 into 10 is 40, and 8 into 5 is another 40. So that's total of 100 marks. Okay, there is no negative marking in this. It's all multiple choice, single correct answer type questions. Okay, which means there's only one correct answer. So even if you don't know answer, at least put in your best guess. Okay, even if you don't know how to solve it. Okay, do not leave a question because there is no negative marking. Okay, there's no negative marking, so you won't lose any marks. Okay, there'll be 5 options, by the way. There'll be 5 options, A to E, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, exam guidelines, you may use the rough sheets, you can go back and forth. So you can go back and forth between the questions during the exam, and also mark a question for review or change your answer option before submission or end of exam. So you can change your answer also, and we'll look at that option also right now. Please note that all images are for illustration purpose only, and all the geometrical figures are not measured to scale. Okay, so the figures which are given there, it is just to make the question look very nice and attractive to children. All the images which are there, and we'll discuss that also during this exam, during the mock test. Okay, and the geometrical figures are not measured to scale. So do not say it doesn't look like a square, although you mentioned it is a square. So if the question says it's a square, then it's a square. Okay, although it might look a little rectangular, for example. I'm just giving an example. Okay, do not seek any help from anyone or ask questions to the remote proctor about the questions. Do not ask questions to the proctor or call me. If you have anything, report it to your parents, ask your parents to make a note of the question, and then send an email to me. Okay, I will respond to that. I will respond to that email. All the questions have been thoroughly checked. Those questions have been also checked by certain bodies outside India. Okay, and so the questions, there is no problem with any question. Use of any reference material is not allowed. Calculator is not allowed. Do not keep multiple Windows tabs open or switch Windows tabs, as this might result in the termination of the exam. Do not use any unethical means like screen mirroring, screen sharing, streaming of your screen, taking screenshots, etc. will also be disqualified. Okay. Do not leave between the exam. Okay. At least 30 minutes in the exam, and then after you submit, you can leave the exam. If you get logged out due to internet issues during the exam, please restore your internet and log back in immediately and resume your exam. Once you finish the exam, submit the exam and inform the proctor on chat and leave the exam portal. So in fact, you'll have to submit, you'll have to inform the proctor. You can or you might not. It's not necessary to inform. It's just put over there. Okay, because you'll have to inform the proctor beforehand, not after the submission. There's an error here. Okay, which will get it corrected. It is supposed to be, you have to inform the proctor that I've finished it. Can I submit and leave? The proctor will say yes, you can leave, but it's not mandatory. Okay, the proctor might be busy. If you're finished and you're comfortable, I would recommend that you revise 2-3 times. Don't submit it in a hurry. Okay, let's say you finish the paper in 40 minutes. Okay, you are very happy. I've done everything. I've done a check. You have 20 minutes. Spend that 20 minutes. Just see, just double check. Maybe you have made a mistake in some question. Correct. What is the harm? Correct. To revisit the questions, use the entire 60 minutes and maybe in the 58th or 59th minute, then submit the exam. Okay, so that's about the instructions. All right. All of you with me so far? Okay. Now let's look at the screens here. These are the screenshots. Okay. This is the same link, exam link, which I showed you earlier. The first screen which you'll get is this one. So this is where you'll use the username, copy the username, you'll put the password, click on login. Then the next screen you'll see, it will be like something like this. Over here in exam name, you'll see GJMAT. Let's say Pranshu is in grade 3 or grade 4. So GJMAT grade 4. In Roman, it might show. Okay. Then you'll have an exam code. Need not worry about it. You'll see the exam date as January 16, 2022. Okay. Then the exam time will be there. The exam time over there will show from 10 to 6. That is just the entire window for all the 4 slots. But your exam is only for 1 hour. Correct. Okay. And your reporting times as per the slots. And in the status, you will see a start button. The start button will go live only at 10 a.m. tomorrow, not before that. Okay, so if you're logging in at 9:50, you might still see it as scheduled. Okay. In that case, after 10 o'clock, if it doesn't go start on its own, please refresh the page. Okay, and you should be, or re-log in. You'll be able to see that the button has gone as start. Okay. Next page will give you this page, which will say this is a remote proctored exam and your photograph and audio video will be recorded and saved for future reference. Please provide your acceptance to continue. This is a legal requirement by the exam platform. So you have to accept this and proceed to the next step. Okay, the next step will show you authorization process. Picture and ID proof and giving access to your camera screen and location. Okay, so here your camera, that access pop-up will come up on the top left corner of the screen. You need to approve the camera, microphone, and all those things. Allow. Do not click on block. Okay. Do that. Okay. Can you see here? Can you see? This is how it will come. Exam Online wants to use your camera. Block and allow. Can you see here? All of you, please nod your heads. Correct? All right. Okay. Let me just clean the board. Oops. Yeah. All right. So grant access to proceed. This is what the screen will look like. Camera is starting and all that. You click on continue. The next screen will be like this. Okay. Sorry, this is me. I was talking on the phone and doing all this screenshot thing. So I'm on a phone. So while I was making the simulation document. Okay. So you will say, click a picture of yourself. So smile in the camera, look at the camera. The camera is typically, at the top, there'll be the pinhole kind of a thing. Okay, on the top frame of your device. Mostly it is like that if it's an integrated one. Look at the camera. Don't look at the screen. Look at the camera. Okay. Otherwise your eyes will not come. Okay. And then you click on click. When you click on it, it will take a picture. Okay. In the next page, it will show that picture. Okay, and the next page will show that picture which has been taken. If you are satisfied with the picture, and don't keep on going, click back again. This is not, you are not applying for a modeling campaign. Okay, whatever picture comes, as long as it is fine, it's capturing your face properly. Okay, be happy. It is not going on your Aadhaar card, passport, anywhere. Okay, it is just for the purpose of the exam. As long as your picture is clear, click on save and next. All right. Okay. Next one, this is step 2. Step 2 is for the ID card. Okay, so you need to know where your camera is and hold your ID card facing the top part, the front part of the ID card, like the Aadhaar card, for example, close to the camera. Seek your parents' help if you're a small kid. Please, on these steps. Okay, I don't have any problems in these steps, parents helping out children. Okay, but they should not be helping after the exam begins. So you get the photograph close to it. Okay, and then again click on click. Once you see, you can see this, and that will appear that how it will appear on the screen that how your ID card is showing up. If it's not coming blur, if it is clean enough and it is capturing the basic name details and all those things, click on next. The next one will give you both the things together, the photo and the ID proof. Okay, and whenever you want to go back, you can always go back by clicking on the click again or a previous or something like that. Okay, otherwise, if you're happy with both of them, just click on confirm. Once you confirm, then you'll come to this page and it will say waiting room. this is basically a waiting room. So on this screen, it will say exam is going to begin. All the best. And this is when we will get, the proctors will get to authorize you. So they will get that, okay, this guy has joined in. We'll see your photograph and all those things, and we'll manually approve you. The moment I click on approve, you will move from this screen, which is like a waiting room, and which might take up to 5 minutes. Okay, so don't panic and start calling me, because I am only approving it. If you call me, then I'll only get disturbed and it will get further delayed. So don't call me. Okay, have some patience. Okay, for five minutes to, okay, it should get approved automatically. Okay, and then you'll get to this page, which has all the exam instruction in the format which we already shared. Okay, you can scroll this and read it. You have to check this box. You have to check this box. You can see this. I have read the understood and instructional exam. You can scroll here. There's a scroll here on the right. Okay, you can scroll this, and after that you have to click on got it. Over here you'll see your registration number or roll number, your email ID. Email ID for everyone here will be a generic one. So don't again write an email to me. My email was wrong there. It's a generic email ID. We have not disclosed your email ID to the exam platform owner. So we have put a generic email ID over there. Okay. Only thing you need to look at is that, okay, I'll show you. This name which you see, which is showing as demo. Demo is nobody. Okay. It's just a generic demo name. In here, you will see your name. For example, you'll see Pranshu Nanda Patra here. Okay. And then you'll see the roll number. These two things you should be concerned about. Okay. And in the very beginning, here when you join in the very beginning, you should be concerned about the exam name. The exam name should be as per your grade. Correct. And here also, after logging in, you can see on top itself, welcome demo. It will show as welcome Arjun or welcome Pranshu Nanda Patra. Correct. But rest, email ID, phone number, whatever shows, those are all generic ones. Those are not the correct ones. The correct ones are there on my record. So don't worry about it. I have that database with me, but I'm not publishing that. All right. So we're clear so far. Correct. Then you get into the exam, and this is how the exam screen looks like. Now, a lot of arrows and all, right? But let me just explain to you. It's not that complicated. Number one, on top left corner, here you'll see the exam name. So it will say GJMAT, grade 4, grade 2, whatever the exam name. Here in the center top, okay. Can you all see my my mouse? Is the mouse visible? Okay. Here in the center, the hand part, here you see the time remaining. All right. This is where your name will appear. This is where your roll number will appear. Okay. All right. Okay. This is on this pane has 3 sections. The left section is the question itself. Okay. With the image or whatever it is there. The middle section is the 5 options which you get. Okay. And the right section is the exam summary. It shows you what is the status of the exam. Green means you've already answered it. Marked for review. If you check this box, okay, which means that you want to revisit that question. So the system helps you not to make a note or remember which question I marked for review, but you can look at this legends only and you can figure this out if you come back. So if you mark this one, then even if you've answered it, it will show as blue. Okay, and these are all not answered ones or not reviewed, marked for review also. Okay, but if you answered and also you can mark for review. Even if you've answered, you can still mark it for review. Okay, but then it will take, it will show as mark for review over here. We'll check that, all these things out. Clear response basically cleans a response. So let's say you've answered 23 and you click on clear response. So it will remove the answer. Okay, but you can directly also change the answer. So let's say you mark 23 first. And then you thought, no, 23 is not right. Let me mark. So you can directly, if you check on 19, the 23 will automatically get unchecked. These are radio buttons. You can select only one of them, correct? However, if you just don't want to answer it only, you put an answer, but you said, no, this doesn't seem to be right. I'll come back to this later. Let me clear the response and mark it for a review. So I clear the response first, then I mark it for a review. And then later, let's say after finishing all the other questions, I want to come back. Then I will come back and see which one was I kept it as marked as review and come back there and then do the working and select the right answer. So this is just for clear response, but clear response is only for just removing the response. If you do not want to give any response, this is more handy when there is negative marking. This is more handy when it is negative marking. You are not sure, you don't want to lose marks, you don't want to take the risk. Okay, then you use the clear response. Otherwise, you can just change the answer also. But you can also remove the answer and mark it for a review and come back later. This here, this drop down here, section A, there are 3 sections as I told you in the beginning, right? You can directly toggle from one section to another section also. from here. So if you select section C, from A to C, if you want to go, select C, you'll see the first question of section C will come, and all the questions of section C will appear here. So the summary will become for the section C. All right. Okay. Now let's go down. This is where you toggle from question to question. So one by one, if you want to go forward and come back, you use this for toggle. Okay. Within a section you want to toggle, you can use these buttons. So let's say you've done question 8 in a particular section and you want to come back to question 2. You can directly click on 2 here. You'll come back to question 2. Let's say you had marked question 2 for review. So now you can see this, that question 2 was marked for review. Let me come back to it directly. And it is in the same section. So I can directly click on 2 and come back to the question 2 over there. Okay. But if you want to go to section from C to section A, then first come to section A and then click on the particular question. This button is very critical, the blue one. In the beginning of the exam, I would recommend that you click on, because by default you get this screen with the attempt summary also. But I would request all of you to click on this and hide this, because otherwise the question here gets very less space, and to read the question you might have to scroll left and right. Okay. So in the very beginning itself, just hide it. And whenever you wish to see the attempt summary, you can just click on it. It will again become unhidden. Okay. So don't use it all the time. In the very beginning itself, just hide it. You click on this, this will hide. I'll show it to you right now. This is for toggling back and forth between the question, and this is the prohibited button. Not to touch it unless you are sure. What is this button? Submit exam, right? No accidental submissions. Accident ho gaya. No, sorry. Ho gaya to ho gaya. Ho gaya to ho gaya. I cannot, then again, we cannot reset an exam. So no submissions by mistake. If you close a window by mistake, that is not submission if your time is left. So in that case, you can again log back in. But as I told you, you will need 3 minutes at least. You'll waste 3 minutes because the system will not let you log in for at least next 3 minutes. So you have to wait for 3 to 4 minutes and then log in. All right. Okay, because the system penalizes you for that. Okay. So I guess I've explained all the aspects of this, correct? And this is all single choice answers. Okay, only one correct answer is there. Okay, negative marking is not there. You can go back and forth. That aspect is also covered. Okay, we have covered this document also. Now what we are going to do is that, okay, we'll try the mock test. Okay, let me see if it is the mock test one. Yeah, this is the mock test. Kushagra Singh Bisht, please have some patience. As I said in the very beginning only, that at the end of the session, I will be taking questions. So don't raise your hand right now. All right. Okay. So what was the this thing? I think it was 1100120, and this was the password. Okay. This is mock 1000120. This is there on your email also. Okay. So let me now just click on this. Okay. So I've just got this activated for this thing. So it's asking me to share my screen. Okay, so I'm just sharing the screen. You might get this also in case you get it. So I'm selecting this just like Zoom, and I'm selecting share screen. Okay, I'm hiding this. Okay, can you all see my screen right now, Arjun? So this is when the authorization process will begin. Okay, it might be a little different. So just read your on screen on the actual platform, but it will be mostly the same. The steps will be almost same. Okay, so I'm clicking on continue. Okay, it is saying click to reload. So okay, click under privacy security. Click click here to reload page after the above steps. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Turn ask before on off to Vidit, I'll need your help a little bit. Okay, I'll just Vidit, I'll just 1 second. Let me see if Vidit is there or he's left. Click here to reload the page. At the top right corner, 1 second. Give me a second. Top right corner. Go to settings. Go to privacy. Security and privacy. Okay. So settings, click privacy, click site settings, camera microphone, site settings. Microphone, रउडी है ये सारा. Okay. Give me a second. So I reset it. Ask allow. Okay, share, hide, continue. Allow, yes, allow. One second. Now, one of my students, Arjun, he's a very bright chap. He's there. So he helped me. He said, sir, your Zoom camera is on. That's why it's blocking it. Okay. So I have to switch on my own Zoom camera. Okay. To do this. Okay. Okay. Now let me just see if this works. Okay. Yes, it works. Thank you, Arjun. Thank you for coming to my rescue and calling me back. Okay, really appreciate it. So click a picture of yourself. Okay, so I click my picture. This is my picture. It's saved. Right? Can you all see my screen? Click on save and next. It asks me for an ID card, right? So let's say this is my okay, 1 second. Let me just take out an ID card. This is my Aadhaar card. Okay, I hold it close to the camera so that it's clear enough. And I click on this thing. All right. Okay, please don't use my Aadhaar ID for anything. Okay. Okay. Then I'm clicking on save and next. Right. So both are captured. Then I click on confirm. Okay. Now this will automatically, this is auto approve because it's the mock test. It is auto approving, but in the actual case, you'll have to wait. You might have to wait for 3-4 minutes, right? Then you get the entire thing. Okay, your exam instructions, all these instructions are there. It's the same set of instructions which is there in the document also. So you want to read it. If you've read it in advance, you need not read this. Okay, you can click on yes, I've read the conditions, and then we click on got it, and I get into the test. All right, we got into the test. Okay, now we'll look at all these different aspects. This here on top, you can see the time left. Correct. There are 3 sections, A, B, C. So right now I'm on question 1 of 9. So there are 3 sections here in the mock test for each section. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9 questions. I select on this, I come to question 4. Okay, and then I select here, I come here. And every time I select here, my summary changes. Here see 7, 8, 9. B will show 4, 5, 6, and A will show 1, 2, 3. Is it clear? If you want to toggle from section to section, you use this. In the very beginning, I told you to keep this hidden. See what happens. Now, when I don't keep it hidden, can you see that for reading this question, I'm looking at the question like this, okay? But when I do this is what happens. But in some questions, what will happen, that you might need to scroll also if you do not hide this. Okay, so keep it hidden. Okay, unless until you want to revisit this. Or after every question, you can just click on this, check it. Okay, ye chuta hua hai, and then just hide it. Okay, that's it. You just click on it. It's just a matter of click and click. That's it. Mark for review. Let's say the first question, I don't know the answer. Okay, the first question, I'm not very sure. I marked it as 18. Okay. At the same time, I clicked on mark for review. See what happens now. The one it takes, because it's marked for review, it will show this. But if I click on this and I select this, it is still here, right? Now, till the time I go to the next question, it would not turn in green. So let's say I go to the next question, which is by clicking this one. Or let's say I don't want to go there. I can directly click on question 2. See, the first one became green. Correct? Which means it's already answered. The moment you move to a next question, it automatically saves, of course. And then question 3. So let's say question 2. So let's do this, okay? And let's do this grade 1. Let's see how good are we, okay? So we are in my 7th from the front in the line in our school library to collect a book. And our position is 11th from the back. How many children are standing in the line? Okay, so there are 7 people, and that's 11th from the back, which means that after her, there are 10 people. So 7 plus 10 is 17. So the first question's answer is 17. Okay, so we move on to the next question. What is the smallest 2-digit odd number with different digits? So smallest 2-digit number. Smallest 2-digit number is 10, correct? But it's even number. Then it is 11. It is odd, but then the digits are same. Then 12, then 13. So the answer is 13, correct? All right, let's move to the next one. Pawan is thinking of a number. If he adds 27 to A, he will get 45. What will Pawan get if he subtracts 8 from A? So when he adds 27 to A, he gets 45, which means A is 18, correct? And then he subtracts 8 from 18, he will get a 10, correct? All right, so my section 1 is done. Now let's say from here, I directly want to do section C. So I'll go to section C directly. Right? How many different rectangles are there in the figure below? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, as we can see. Then horizontally 1, 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. So there are 9 of them. Right? Okay. Correct. Okay. So 9 is the answer. Okay. So 9 is already selected there. I think I had done practice on this one earlier. Okay. This one. Some children are standing in a circle, keeping same distance with the next kid. Each next child number is 1 more than the previous one till the last child except number 1. Child number 5 is opposite child number 14. How many kids are there? Okay. So there'll be some people between here. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 8 people between here. So obviously by symmetry, there'll be 8 people here also. So 8 plus 8 is 16 and plus these 2. So 18. 18 is the right answer. Okay. All right. Let's do the next one. Rajesh is 6 years older than his brother Mahesh. After 5 years, the sum of their ages will be 30. How old is Mahesh now? So this is after 5 years. So right now their age will be 30 minus 5, which is 20. Correct. And this guy is 6 years older than this one. So 2 numbers which break up, which sum up to 20, and the difference is 6 are 13 and 7. And Mahesh is the younger one. Correct. So Mahesh's age will be 7. All right. Let's do the next one. So we are done with section C also. Now we'll see that section C, if I go to section B again, or come back to section C, I'll see all 3 are done. This one is done. Okay, and let me hide this and let me do section B. On the table, there are cut out of 5 triangles, 3 squares, and 2 rectangles, and 1 pentagon are kept as shown as below. How many sides are there in for all the shapes? So each triangle has 3 sides. So 5 triangles will have 15. Correct. 3 squares and rectangles have the same number of sides each. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 into 4 is 20. 20 plus 15 is 35. And 1 pentagon. Pentagon has got 5 sides. So the correct answer is 45. All right. So let's go to the next one. Sorry, I mean, I'm because I have said these questions, so I know the answers. I'm doing it fast. Okay. So don't mind that the children will take time. Correct. Priya brought 20 chocolates to give to her 5 best friends in school. If Priya gives same number of chocolates to these friends and all her chocolates get finished, how many chocolates will each friend finish? Correct. So there will be 4 chocolates. All right. Okay. And that's the last question. How many different 2-digit numbers can you make using 1, 3, and 5? You can repeat the digits in a number or use 2 different numbers also. So you have 2 digits. So in the tens place, you can use 3, or you have 3 options. In the ones place also, you have 3 options because you can repeat the digits. So 3 times 3, the answer is 9. All right. Okay. So that brings us to the end. Now we have done this question. Okay. All these things. Now, if you want, we can always, let's say we mark this question for review. Okay. We mark this question for review and we've gone to section A, which is fine. Then we can just check section B. 1 is marked for review. So let me directly go to question 6. I can go to question 6 by clicking here and then select whatever I want to do. And question 6. So do you think the exam platform is very user friendly? I feel that it is a very fantastic platform in terms of, going to and forth and, figuring out which one you've left. Okay, so that's about it. And then you can submit it from any page, actually, any page. So the submit button is here right now. So I'll click on submit, see what happens now. Okay. So I click on submit. It gives an exam summary. Okay. So what exam summary? Are you sure you want to submit the exam? Okay. It will just show you this way that these are there, the legend. You can just go back and check also. You can just go back and check. It would not give you a summary in terms of how many questions are done and all that. So that you have to figure out yourself. But it tells you that these are the legends again. It reminds you. So you can just go back and if you want to go back, if you don't want to submit, you can go back. You get back into the exam. But if you are sure, which means you are doing the same crime again, then the crime is done. Correct. Then you just submit it, right? Which means you are doing it on purpose, right? So you submit it. When you submit it, exam is submitted successfully. Please wait while recording is being saved. There's something which will come. You need to wait a little bit. Do not close the window, exam window at this stage. This is also given in the simulation document. So we are done till here, but I wanted to show you the submission part. Submission is here. Submit the test will come here, and then this window will come. And in the end, you will get this window. Dear demo, not dear demo, it will come as dear Pranshu or dear Arjun. Thanks for taking the test. Close window. Either you can click on close window, it will close, and your exam is done. That's it. Okay. हाँ, किसी ने मेरे को यहाँ पर लिखा है देयर आर सम क्वेरीज हियर. नमस्ते सर, आज मैं मॉक टेस्ट अपेयर किया बट कैमरा एंड फोटो नहीं दिया मैंने. ऐसा कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं आता. ऐसा ऑप्शन इसलिए नहीं था क्योंकि ये मैंने जस्ट अभी डेमो करने के लिए मैंने एक्टिवेट करवाया. अदरवाइज मॉक टेस्ट में ये है नहीं. ये मैंने टेम्परेरीली एक्टिवेट किया था सो दैट आई कुड शो इट टू यू. अभी इसको फिर मैं दोबारा ऑफ भी करवा दूंगा. Okay, Pranchu has given all the answers. I didn't ask for it, Pranchu. Grade 1. So, okay, thanks. But if you guys are okay, I can keep it on also so that you can test your microphone and everything. You can, I'll keep it on. But I don't want to keep this one on because normally it will ask you to download an extension. Okay, so I would rather recommend जो मैंने पहला वाला जो मॉक टेस्ट किया है लिंक, जो ऊपर वाला लिंक है, उसको यूज करके, क्योंकि उसमें एक्सटेंशन डाउनलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है, उसको यूज करके ये सब एक्सेस देके रखो आप. इसमें इस वाले में ना आपको डाउनलोड एक्सटेंशन करना पड़ेगा. और एक्चुअल एग्जाम में भी आपको एक्सटेंशन डाउनलोड करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एक्चुअल एग्जाम में भी वो डायरेक्टली हो जाएगा. बट यू कैन टेस्ट इट आउट beforehand only by doing this mock test. So this one only, the one which is there in the email, I'll show it to you. The first link, this is the system compatibility one. This one, use it. This one doesn't ask you to download any extension. And if you do this step, then at the time of exam, you might not have to do it. But normally कोई issue आता नहीं है. In case कोई issue आएगा, तो you can always call up the technical help desk and they'll help you out. Okay. So that's more or less from my end in terms of this thing. And now I will start taking questions. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing screen. And please, you can use the raise hand feature or something. I already see Mr. Elkan Robinson has already raised his hand. So I'll ask him to unmute and take his query. Okay, let me get my camera on because it's impolite to have your camera off. while talking. Okay.
Hi,
Yes, Mr. Robinson.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for the demo which you're showing. So one thing just want to have a query with this is, one is my son is attending this exam for the first time. He's just enrolled and trying to do it for the first time. He's just 6 years old, right? And I find the process which is little complicated because he is not much keen on the system. He just have the online exam, I mean classes, right? Just sit there, what teacher
No,
teaches.
as I told you, Mr. Robinson, you can be there with him all the time, but you cannot prompt him.
That
Okay,
is
so
yes.
so in the beginning, for setting up everything, logging in, till the time he gets on the first question, at least he can navigate, right? So make him practice on the mock test, that how to go to a next question, how to select an answer, how to read a question, how to select an answer.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
At the end,
yeah, that is what it is. I just want to complete my questions here, queries. So the evening we have done that mock test, which I felt for grade 1, it is little on a complication side, because it is not for a grade 1 mock test which I found it, right? The squares which you
sir,
said.
this standard is it's a very global level. Believe me, this is still very easy. If you take the other international competitions, they could be even more challenging.
No, right, I agree with
The
that.
problem is that, see, in India, unfortunately, in the schools, the way maths is taught is taught without any context. Okay, so when it comes to doing normal procedural problems or doing sums, okay, just like adding numbers, that is not maths, that is computation. Okay, so unless until there's a context, for example, there are a lot of word problems in that. Correct.
Yeah.
So it's just written in English. Correct. If they read it and they then try to understand it and do it, and that's the reason why in 25 minutes for only 25 questions we are giving 1 hour. And the expectation is not for children to score 90. We also know that children will struggle to get a 90 also, or complete the paper also. Okay, it has been made challenging. It's a aptitude test. Correct. It's a competitive exam kind of a test. It is not a school exam.
No,
So
it's not a school. I agree with that, but it shouldn't be the age apt, right? Because
it is age apt. It is absolutely age apt. If you go through the other exams which are being conducted, okay, it is absolutely age apt.
No, I've been attending the YouTube side where the kids were seeing the YouTube and are doing the test, which was fine, but the mock test which I saw, it is little on a higher side of it.
In fact, actual exam is tougher than that. So I'm just telling you.
He is still in the grade 1 and is learning it. And
I understand, but teach children also that maths is all about problem solving, and it is not that general knowledge that you will get 100 on 100. Okay,
no,
he has to try. So the idea is to also see, we will be providing after the exam, we'll be providing the question paper and also provide the answer keys. So at least you know that in which area is lacking. Okay, and secondly, this is a global competition, and believe me, the standards are not very difficult. If I compare it with some of the other competitions, also the standards are much higher than this. And there are children, believe me, from other countries and other places where even younger children than our children will score 100 on 100 also on this.
Okay. So another query from my end is, do you have any other modules on this to practice the kids on this, right? Because see, I find from the teaching now from this aptitude test, it is little on a tougher side for her, because the subject which, for example,
there'll be questions over here. Okay, for example, see, the math is all about thinking. So, for example, I'll give you an example. The difference between a regular question and this question, the question here. So, let's say if I tell you that you have a 5 rupee coin, a 2 rupee coin, and a 10 rupee coin. Okay, school will give you a question: how much money do you have? That is the expectation for parents also, right? Right. Now, the critical thinking question will be that how many different amounts can you make using these 3 coins? Correct. Now, that is where the child needs to think. Maths is all about thinking. Correct. Now, you cannot teach a child to think. And if you put the mindset only that whatever you know, that is only maths, then that is not maths. Maths is all about whatever you don't know to figure that out. For example, correct. So, for example, if you get a problem, if I ask you what is the capital of, let's say, Norway. So, either you know it is Oslo or you don't know. Correct. Now you know to do 3 plus 5 and another child does not know 3 plus 5 because he is a smaller kid. Correct. He knows only counting. Okay. Now you know 3 plus 5 is 8. You quickly give an answer. Because why? Because you've rote learned it. Okay. And another child who just counts it after 5, 6, 7, 8, I would take that child having a better understanding. Are you getting it? To figure it out. So even there is division question, for example. Now, for example, there's a division question which was there in this paper also, where we said there are 20 chocolates and five kids are there. How many each one of them will get? You might say that he has not learned division, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Correct. Now, if the child is there, he will write A, B, C, D, E. He will start giving 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1, then again put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that is something which has to come. Okay, and he's done 4 rounds of distribution of 1 chocolate each, and therefore each one of them is getting 1. So a child who does not know the 5 into 4, 20 and or that product, this thing, I would rate that child higher, that he still figured out without not learning it in the class. I'm getting it. Maths is all about problem solving. Okay,
Yeah.
it is not about knowing something or not knowing something. I can do see any problem for that matter at the end of the day boils down to counting. All these operations, multiplication, exponents, and everything, eventually is a count. It's just a different way of counting, or counting in a smarter way. And as you keep on going, you know these shortcuts. These are called shortcuts. 3 to the power 3, 3 to the power 3 is 27. We know that, right? 3 raised to the power 3 is 27. So what is that? That is 3 into 3 into 3. So first we take 1 3 and then we add another 3 and we add another 3. We get a 9, right? And then we again do a 9 and then another 9 and another 9. I just did it with addition. I can even count it and show it to you. That 27. But I'm saying exponent I would not give, because the child might not understand that expression over there. That what is that on top? A superscript, what is that? But as far as the division, these kind of problems are concerned, so they see, the thing is that a lot of these questions will involve application. The application is lacking in the Indian education system. So in grade 6, suddenly what will happen? Your child has been learning only multiplication, LCM, HCF, doesn't know where to use it. And in grade 6, suddenly an equation, they'll be introduced to linear equations with word problems, and they'll start struggling and they'll start hating. If you build a foundation from now, it helps. Okay, now you are asking about resources. There are plenty of resources, sir, on the internet. Okay. And even as a parent, you can talk maths with him. For example, when my son was small, my son was in grade 8 now. He was in grade 1 and 2. Okay, and so I would ask him questions like this. For example, I will say that I have 10 chocolates and you have 6 chocolates. Okay, how many will I give it to you so that we have same number of chocolates, for example? So initially, what he will do, he would just say 10 minus 6 is 4. He will say, give me an answer 4. But that is not right. Then I would say, think about it. Okay, now let's keep 10 coins on the table and do it. Okay, there are 10 coins here, there are 4 coins. Let's consider these coins to be chocolates. Okay, now I gave 4 to you. Now I'm left with what? I'm left with 6, and you are now become 10. We never become equal. We exchange positions, correct? This is how you discuss. So see, if you leave these things to your parents, I mean to the school teachers, school will teach you as per just syllabus and just the basic knowledge, procedural things. So I'm just telling you, for example, every child plays cricket or cricket or football, whatever game they play, right? Correct. But the ones who aspire to or want to make a career or really want to pursue that sport will go that extra mile. And these competitive exams are those kind of platforms. So if you want to excel and make a strong foundation right now, and for my side, these are not just competition for medals and all. This is just exposure part. So first year, don't worry. Even if he doesn't do well, do not discourage. Okay. Let this be a foundation. Okay. And there are resources. So for example, you are asking me, if you go to my website and you go to the SAP ebook store, there are ebooks from Singapore. So Singapore books are typically Singapore. The primary education is very good, fantastic in terms of word problems. So you can get the ebooks from there, or you can go to any leading bookstore also. In India also, you will find all these bookstores, or Amazon also. Amazon, I'll tell you, if you go and buy Terry Chu books, Unleash the Mathematical Olympian. So all these heuristic technique or these kind of word problems are there. Okay, I will just put it on chat right now. The name of the book. Okay, 1 second. Olympian. Or you just put Terry Chew math books in Amazon. You will get these books. Okay, and similarly, there are plenty of websites. For example, free websites, Khan Academy is there. Okay, just to get your basics right in place. Okay, if you look at just practice of skills, there is IXL.in, although it's a paid website. US website, there is Beast Academy. Okay, and all these details are given on my website. Unfortunately, parents go there and only register for competition, and the other things nobody cares. Okay, all these details, videos about these, my YouTube channel, there are so many videos which I have recorded of my own live classes which are loaded there. Hardly any view. Unfortunately, everybody likes to watch stand-up comedy or political this thing in India. So that the viewership is there, only that. So that is the case. Even I do that, so for that matter. So I also watch stand-up comedy, it's fine. So education, so resources are today's time now, knowledge is free, I'm telling you. You want to learn anything, you want to learn, let's say how to fix your computer now, you can fix it yourself.
Okay, it's apart from any other thing, books from your end, do you have any subscriptions on the book side?
So I am actually starting the LMS will be up in a month's time, where there'll be self practice modules. Okay, so a lot of questions will be there. Apart from that, I run a math club also for kids. Okay, throughout the year, twice a week. That is also there. Okay. My channel's name, Mr. Bist, is same, Global Olympiad Academy.
Okay.
वही same logo वो दिखेगा आपको. All right, one second. I'll just take the question. Mr. Robinson, are we done, or any other queries?
Nothing. I think we are good. So the one more thing.
All the best. So don't worry. I'm telling you, this test is meant. See, the problem is in India, जो ये Olympiads होते हैं, SOF या जो भी competition होते हैं, these are to populist बोलते हैं ना, populist. आपके घर के आसपास अगर मैकडोनल्ड रहेगा और एक सैलड का कोई खोलेगा हेल्दी खाने का, तो किधर भीड़ ज्यादा लगेगी? मैकडोनल्ड्स में, बराबर वही चीज है यहाँ पर भी. तो जो एक पॉपुलर चीज होता है और एक अच्छा होता है. जो अच्छा होता है वो हमेशा कड़वा होता है. It is never tasty. Okay. But it is good for you. The only thing is, yeah, so most of these competitive exams, this is for you to get used to competitive exams also, and to get your children get into that critical thinking mode. Doing procedural sums 3 plus 5 and computation and getting a 90 is no big deal. I know when my son first took the Singapore exam, I'm talking about around 5-6 years back, and when he started preparing, he was in SOF, he had got a all India rank 3 in the finals. Okay, but he struggled with the Singapore exams. He struggled. Arjun will also vouch for it. Arjun also is one of the was very comfortable earlier, correct, in the SOF Olympiad. Arjun, would you like to speak?
Yeah. So, do you have any online classes for this? If I want to enroll my son?
Yes, but my classes, to be very honest, first I would want your child to get up the curve, because in my classes, what happens that most of the kids are pretty much already into these Olympiads and all. Okay, so I don't want the balance to be not there. So if your child is really good, if you feel that after this exam he's really done well, okay, then we can definitely look into that. Otherwise, what will happen? You will come in the class, that child will get demotivated, the other children will feel that this child is this thing, because most of my students have been there with me for some time. So you can attend the Sunday classes, which I'm doing anyways for free. Okay, you can just sign up from the website, okay, and get him at least used to it a little bit. If you see he's inclined towards it, he's really inclined in that, then he can join. There's no problem.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
All right, but get the basics first in place. Because
sure.
if you are already saying that you are finding it difficult, which means that he's found the papers difficult.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'll take the next question.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Mrs. D'Souza, I'm coming to you. Mr. Thompson, you can put yourself on it.
Sir, yeah. I have a MacBook laptop.
Please arrange for another one.
So, okay, because unfortunately we don't.
You have a tablet? You have a tablet? Any tablet?
I have an iPad. Tablet? I don't even have a tablet. You know,
all our devices.
Because all our devices are Mac. That's the only problem.
My only challenge is that you can take the exam, but tomorrow if you face any issue, you contact the help desk to help you out. Because typically what happens that the MacBooks and all, they have very high security protocols. So these pop-ups and all these things allow access and all that, it might start blocking.
Because we did the mock test, sir, and we didn't have any issue.
So the mock test, this one was not activated, the access one.
I know, and I read.
So try the other. Did you try the top mock test also? The one which was there on the top link, which I gave you.
No,
this one.
there were, I think, one second.
There was a system to compatibility mock test also, which was there on the top.
No, that I haven't done.
So just try that one and see and get your access and everything in place tonight itself.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, and also just speak to once the platform people tomorrow morning. Okay, and in case you face any issues.
So the platform people, should I call the number that is given?
Yeah, call those numbers in case you face any issue.
Okay, fine. Because unfortunately we don't have any other.
Try to take it in the first slot itself. So let's say it doesn't work, then you still have 3 more slots too.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Get it done. Correct.
Thank you. That was the only question.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Pranshu, coming to you, Babu.
Sir, in the time slot, there were the time slot of 1.5 hours, but our exam was of 1 hour, no?
Yeah, I said 10 to 10:30. That's the reporting window. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Let me just again explain this. I guess you did not understand. So 10 to 10:30 is the reporting window. So obviously, jo 10 o'clock pe maan lo kisi ne report kiya. Shall I keep him waiting for another half an hour? No, na. So he can start the exam between 10 and 10:30. He can report and start. And what it is mentioned here clearly, 10 to 10:30 onwards for 1 hour. So the first person who logs in, let's say, starts at 10 o'clock, he will finish at 11. The one who logs in at 10:30 will finish at 11:30. Understood?
Okay, that means we need to log in that time slots.
Correct. And then once you start the exam, it's 60 minutes only.
After login,
That is
the 60 minutes
only.
complete.
Ha. Ho gaya clear?
Yes.
Any more query?
No, sir.
Okay. Kushagra, I'm coming to you. Mr. Bist, boliye.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening, boliye.
Sir, today we are out of station, but unfortunately we have forgot the ID card, both Aadhaar and school card.
चलेगा मैंने बोला ना आप खाली फोटो ऐसे दोनों खिंचवा दीजिएगा जस्ट एक मेल भेज दीजिएगा 1 लाइनर बस saying that we
I have already sent the mail भेज दिया है बट हमें आधार कार्ड मेरे फोन पे है वैसे फोन हम
नहीं उतना जरूरत नहीं है एक काम कीजिए दोनों केस में ना खाली कुशाग्र का फोटो दीजिएगा
ओके सर सर ये टाइम स्लॉट हमें we have to need a book or time slot या उस टाइम
No, you don't have to book. You can select on your own whatever is comfortable with you.
अच्छा
But
जैसे
only during those time slots only.
12 o'clock हम वहाँ पर रिपोर्टिंग टाइम पे आ जाएं.
हाँ अगर आपको 12 o'clock तो ऐसा नहीं है जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं फिर से भी बता रहा हूँ मान लीजिए यहाँ ये स्लॉट दी हुई है ठीक है अब आप यहाँ पर नोटिस करो कि 1 और 12:30 से 2:30 बजे तक कोई स्लॉट नहीं है ठीक है सिमिलरली 10:30 से 12 बजे तक कोई स्लॉट नहीं है अब कोई 11 बजे आके भी आएगा तो उसको मैं ऑथराइजेशन करूंगा ही नहीं मैं देखूंगा ही नहीं स्क्रीन ऑथराइजेशन स्क्रीन की तरफ 10:30 के बाद
तो सर जैसे हम ये सोच रहे हैं कि इधर जो 12 बजे 12 o'clock का जो स्लॉट है
हाँ
जो सेकंड स्लॉट जो है ये सूट कर रहा है तो इसे सेकंड स्लॉट मतलब उतना रिपोर्ट हम 12 o'clock पर रिपोर्ट कर लें
हाँ आप स्टार्ट कर लीजिए एग्जाम हाँ दैट्स इट बेसिकली ये मैनुअली ऑथराइजेशन होगा इट्स लाइक यू नो लेटिंग यू इन आई विल लेट यू इन ओनली ड्यूरिंग दोस हाफ एन आवर स्लॉट्स
ओके सर ओके
क्योंकि एक बार वो एग्जाम स्टार्ट हो गया ना तो मैं भी फिर प्रॉक्टरिंग में बिजी रहूंगा उसके बाद आई गेटिंग माय पॉइंट
यस सर
आई डोंट वांट टू कीप ऑन डूइंग क्योंकि और भी इश्यूज रहेंगे कोई पेरेंट पूछेगा मुझे पता है कि किसी का कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा होगा किसी कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा होगा 10 कॉल आते रहते हैं तो दिक्कत हो जाती है उसमें अगर मैं पूरा दिन खुला रखूं तो
ओके सर तो एक्चुअली हम जो
4 स्लॉट दिया आई थिंक दैट इज एनफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी फॉर एवरीबॉडी और उससे ज्यादा फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी नहीं हो सकती है
12:30 का जो स्लॉट है तो 12
to 12:30 not 12:30 12 to 12:30 हां
12 to 12:30 तो 12 o'clock रिपोर्ट कर लें
हाँ रिपोर्ट करें मतलब कि उसमें आप जाके वो जो प्रोसेस दिखाया ना वो पूरा आप करोगे अपने आप उसका एग्जाम स्टार्ट कर लो दैट्स इट
ओके थैंक यू
एनी अदर क्वेरी नो ओके Sanvi I'm coming to you you had a query one second Sanvi wait yeah Kushal tell me
So, sir, I had a query like last time I joined I think our demo class in which you asked question of 3rd and 4th class, but I joined the class little early class, so that was that type first and second. So is there something like that first slot is for first and second or second slot is for 3rd and 4th something like this?
No all the slots are for all grade categories ठीक है All the slots are for all grade categories. Otherwise, I would have mentioned very clearly that your slot is this one, correct? Done, Kushagra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sanvi?
So yes, this is Sanvi's mother, Preeti.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, sir, I just wanted to ask you because Sanvi is just 6 years old, just like the sir who was talking to you beforehand. So my doubt is only this. I understand that the children's level is this. This is only the Olympiad only means to target that particular age group. But my concern here is that my child is not able to read some big words nicely on her own. So for her to understand that word and gauge the meaning of that word is little difficult at the moment. So can I help her in reading, or the proctor can help her in reading if she has some problem?
No. You can just, let's say there's a very big word. Let's say there's a word like adjacent, for example.
Yeah.
Okay. Although those kind of words are normally not this thing. So otherwise, see, the words are not that difficult in the paper as such. I mean, most of the words should be okay.
Tell her in case there's a word called library, so she can't read exactly. She will not be able to read it, make it out in the first go itself. So it might take a little while, but if somebody
But you
reads
cannot then explain the meaning. Maybe you can just read library. Now she needs to know what is a library.
Okay, but can the proctor also help her in reading, or I have to be available then?
No, you have to be available. Proctor will be doing proctoring. So proctors are not supposed to be subject matter experts anyway.
No, sir, I agree. But if you want that I'm not there at the moment, then there needs
No, I
to
told
be...
you can be around. But what I'm saying is that you cannot explain. See, I'll tell you what. You need to draw the line. Okay, last time around, there were parents who were constantly guiding. यहाँ क्या करोगे? यहाँ subtraction करोगे ना? यहाँ पर तो इसका क्या होता है? Where do you draw the line?
No, sir,
my question is, where do you draw the line?
I agree.
You just want to say, if you just want to say, okay, library is the place where you get books, this much if you want to say, I am fine with this. But the moment you get into the mathematical term and you start explaining to them things,
just because
I would not
want to make
tolerate that. And last time I'm telling you, I've sent parents email saying that they've disqualified, they've challenged it, I've brought them on a Zoom call, and they felt embarrassed after that when I showed them the recording. Okay, and I don't want to get into that.
Okay. No, sir. My intention was not that. My intention.
No, I'm just saying. The thing is that with children, you get tempted. You get tempted that
No, sir, she's 6 years old, and I also understand that there are many things that she will not be able to understand at this level, because they are still in the age of discovering things and understanding things and getting to know things. So that way to make her understand things is what has brought us here to so that she understands the thing and she's able to do better next time.
See, the thing which the parents need to drive with children is maths is not about something which you know. You are supposed to figure out. Maths is all about problem solving. Correct. Okay, so even if you don't know, can you try? So maths requires rigor, perseverance, and thinking. Many other subjects, for example, history and all, if you have a liking, you will just mug it up. If you like something, you like to learn history because you like those kind of things, then you remember. But maths, you have to figure out.
Yes. Okay. So, thank you.
And that is something, maths is not supposed to be, I'm not saying you have to make somebody IITian or engineer or scientist. Even to make a person a logical person as an adult, okay. How do you think logically? So maths teaches you logic, basically. That's all about it. Yeah, okay. Any other queries? Rajvardhan, KK, Sanvi, all done? Kushagra, you have any queries? Your hand is still raised. You have any queries?
Yes, sir. So what to do to get the sample papers?
Sample papers are there in the Google Drive. No, is there? If you have registered, even if you go to
what ID and password do we need to enter? The same ID or password, or the different?
Google Drive, that email is sent to you on the order confirmation. Over there also it is there. Okay, if you sign to Global Olympiad Academy website and you go to my courses, over there also you will find the Google Drive link given of the past papers, and that includes all the different Olympiads papers, including GJMAT. Okay, are we all clear on this?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the call went on for almost 1 hour 15 minutes. Oh, I am tired.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for everybody for joining, and I really appreciate your time. Okay, all of you. All the best for tomorrow. Do not panic. Take the test aram se. Do the questions which you know first as soon as possible, and then attempt the ones which you need to come back.
How many questions are there going to be in the test?
Sir, when did you join the call? Later.
Sir, I think I
Okay, I'll share this. There it is. 60 minutes, 25 questions. No negative marking, all MCQs, multiple choice questions, no negative marking. 2 marks, 10 questions, next 10 are 4 marks each, and next 5 are 8 marks each.
Okay, sir, so what is the ranking rule? Do you follow the dense ranking method, or are there
What ranking
depend
method?
on the speed?
What ranking
Do you
method?
follow the dense ranking method, sir? Means the student
I don't know
with the
about
same
dense and all.
point.
I follow my own ranking method. I don't know. Okay.
Yes, sir, what is the ranking method?
What is the ranking method? It is the percentile method. It's all given on the website. Just check.
Oh. So, sir, that means if two students are at the top and they have the same number of points, then sir,
Date of birth. Younger student will get precedence. अरे बाबा ये रैंकिंग वैंकिंग छोड़ो पहले अपना एग्जाम दो नहीं तो tomorrow I'll send your father an employment letter. Get Kushagra on board with me in my team. I need him. Okay. ठीक है? Okay, चलो bye bye. Good night everyone. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Bye bye.